Of Daljeet Singh Kohli joining in this afternoon. Daljeet, hi there. While we are seeing cuts on the markets, there are no deep gashes coming in. It's a little bit of a limbo that the markets are stuck in. A lot of beaten down metals and realty stocks are managing to stage a comeback. How are you looking at the overall trade setup at a time when we've seen gold as well come off those highs, but the coronavirus concerns remaining at top of mind?
Good afternoon. I think suddenly the market has realized that there is a big threat from coronavirus. It has been going on for last almost a month now, but suddenly last 2-3 days global markets have seen a big sell-off, and we also have participated in that. I guess that's more to do with the market positioning and to do with some trading calls people take here and there. This is a unique phenomena right now that we see crude going down, gold at the highest level, and still the most of the equity markets at the high levels. So I think that is purely you can't, by traditional way of thinking, you probably can't justify that. But I guess most people are thinking that because the world is in so much of turmoil, all the central banks are there to help them out, and they will always be there to pump in liquidity. They will be there to take care of the world as such. So whether it is US central bank or its emerging market central banks, all of them would be there to help us, and I think that is the feeling which is driving most of the markets. Earnings somehow have not been there at most places in our country, obviously for last 6-7 years not there. So and that is the reason why you see this such kind of polarization. But I think this trend is likely to continue for some more time. We don't feel that there is going to be a big change there in this broad setup. Within the broad setup, you have to find your own niche areas and look for very specific stocks or specific themes that can play out. I think that is what we have been doing in last few months, and some of those themes have played very well. So if you are in the right theme and the right stocks, probably you will still make money. Or with the broader markets or indices may not give any good indication of what is going to happen to your portfolio. You might see a situation which is what is there for most of the portfolio managers, that indices are at the highest but their portfolios have not done well, or because of 1 or 2 stocks if you have in your portfolio, then your portfolio is doing well. So it's all basically boils down to searching for the right opportunity, and don't chase that opportunity, I would say. So it's when the things are not good, you have good. We had last 2 years bad time when we had enough time to search a deep dive and find out stocks. I think some of those themes are playing out well now.
Are those right opportunities then, according to you?
So we are continuing with the specialty chemicals, the stroke agrochemicals and all those things. Many of those stocks are playing out very well. Some of them have done much better than our expectation also, and there is a scope. Now most of the people ask whether this opportunity is only ephemeral, time being, or is it going to sustain. We have talked about it many months ago also, that we feel this is going to be sustainable, mainly because our companies in these sectors have come of age. Over last 15-20 years they have developed to the scale where they can now compete with many of the international players, and the users of these chemicals, those big multinationals, they are also looking for diversification of vendor base. So I think earlier they were looking at the same thing, but India used to take a back seat because the size was not there. However, in last 4 or 5 years, we have seen companies have taken huge capex plans, and they have helped them that they have reached that stage, which is what is going to help them, which is now helping, and probably it will sustain for 4 or 5 years. We have seen companies signing 10 years contract, 5 years contract with the multinationals. So that is a sign that there is a visibility of 4 or 5 years for these companies. I think that is why there is a re-rating potential, there is visibility of earnings, and these companies are performing well. Then besides the chemical and specialty chemical theme, we have exposure to the regular IT companies, pharma, some of the pharma companies which have been beaten down for quite some time. Pharma sector as such has not performed for last many years, but within those we are very specific, very selectively looking at some stocks, mainly the guys who have specific niche opportunities in US in terms of formulations. Then there are multinational pharma companies which are performing very well because of domestic markets doing very well. There have been a lot of changes in domestic markets for them, so they are helping. I think these are the few themes that are working well for us.
Okay, let's talk about